So another thing that happened was Nakamura got his NXT title back from Samoa Joe. Glad this happened. I kind of expected it, but not. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think about it?
I don't know. I it's kind of the old thing where it's like, all right, he could have just kept the title if he was only going to not have it for 2 weeks.
Yeah, pretty much.
But it's like, oh man, we wanted to have him to have a big moment in Japan. It's like, wouldn't it have been big too if he came out already having the title?
Yeah, it really would have. Also, I think they just did it so Samoa Joe could have won that match, and it would have been like, oh, it wasn't as predictable as you thought. But like,
also, Samoa Joe is the only 2-time NXT champion.
No, Nakamura is also.
Shit, you're right. Never mind.
Well, the thing is, like, they only do that. I don't know. I don't like it because NXT
I don't like title changes in dark matches because no one fucking can watch it.
NXT is so predictable.
It's terribly
like
predictable.
Finn Balor, Samoa Joe.
I don't watch it.
Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, the rivalry, right? Finn Balor, Samoa Joe won. I'm like, all right. There's a good chance Samoa Joe wins here. Finn Balor won. I'm like, all right. It's not like I was surprised. It was more like, oh, well, he's going to win the next one. Then the next one happened, and I'm like, oh, he's going to win this one. And then Samoa Joe lost, and I'm like, well, he's going to get it, and there must have a third one then. It's not that I'm saying like, oh, Finn won, that's sweet. Like, it's like, oh, well, I want Finn to move on to the main roster because he's being wasted here. Hopefully Samoa Joe wins the next one. I just expect him to. And then he won the dark match, and then he had the third one, and I'm like, yeah, Samoa Joe's winning this one.
Yeah, that's the problem is that in NXT, you're not in the final place. Like, you're not.
Exactly.
If you have a championship, that's almost not a good thing.
Exactly.
As far as being called up goes, unless you're Kevin Owens, because you're not going to be called up if you have the title because you have another show to worry about.
All these big names coming in should be treated like how Kevin Owens was treated. Because Kevin Owens got in, had his debut match, immediately pushed to the main event scene. Boom. 6 months, NXT Championship on the main roster. Perfect. People like Finn Balor on there way too long. You know, he had his match against the Ascension, which he didn't need to have. He had 2 number 1 contender matches for the NXT Championship. That didn't need to happen either. And guys like Nakamura, obviously you can have him debut in a match against Sami Zayn, but like, did he really need to face Austin Aries at the next one? Why didn't you just propel him right to the main event? Or Bobby Roode, why did you put him, you know, in a match against Cien Almas and then into a match against Ty Dillinger, which admittedly he's over and stuff. But Bobby Roode, we all know he's going to go to the main event scene at some point, and we know that he's going to win both those matches. So why not just like push him there right away, you know? So he's in and out.
You're getting passionate. I like seeing this passion.
The point of NXT is you're not seeing anything. You're listening to it. It's an audio call. It's an audio call.
NXT is also still development, which I have a problem with because if you have people who obviously are experienced wrestlers, more experienced than some people in the main roster, maybe they don't have a problem with it, but it's also like, why do they have to go to development? Why can't some of them just go right to the main roster?
We just filmed Pick of the Week this week, but spoiler alert, it's a match from the 3rd NXT TakeOver show, okay? And back then, in that match, I did not know who was going to win. I did not know. It could have gone any way because all 4 of those guys were still, you know, going ahead. And I didn't think the only one in that match I thought may have won is Sami Zayn. Well, obviously no, because he was going to retain. But, well, I kind of just spoiled what the match was. But whatever. If you don't know, then you don't know. But, like, it could have gone any way, you know? And I miss that feeling from NXT, man. Because all it's become is, oh, when are they moving up? I can't wait till he gets the main roster. Oh, okay. Guys, what I think it should be for, okay, is guys like Biggie, voice crack, oh my God. Guys like Neville, Biggie, Tyler Breeze, Bo Dallas. It should be for guys. Ty Dillinger, great example. Guys like him. Bobby Roode should not have gone to NXT. Samoa Joe, not gone to NXT. Finn Balor, Maybe, but probably not. Maybe a couple of like dark matches or something. AJ
Been 10
Styles.
years in New Japan. I don't think.
Yeah. Well, he did say he learned new stuff, but whatever. AJ Styles, right to main roster. He's fine. Okay, he's great. Actually, he's the best. He's the best performer in the company right now. The club, right to the main roster. They're fine. They're just as fine as if they went through NXT and they showed up a year late. Okay.
Shinsuke definitely didn't need it either.
Nope. Shinsuke should show up right now and he'd be fine.
Yeah, but it does help Shinsuke.
I don't think it helps Shinsuke at all.
I like this rant we're having because we're being honest.
I don't think it helps.
Blunt.
I don't think it helps Shinsuke at all. It helped. Obviously, we got to.
It helps people know him because I didn't fucking know him.
Well, you would know him if he showed up on the main roster too.
Yeah, but it helps people get used to him.
You would get used to him on the main.
Behind him.
Did you know? You didn't know a lot about AJ Styles before he showed up. You didn't.
No.
And now you love him, right?
Yeah.
So you got used to him, and you got to watch him like grow into his role.
Yeah, but if you had, because they signed him right around the same time, you put them both at the main roster at the same time, one would flourish and one wouldn't.
They didn't put Styles and the club in at the same time, so why not just like not put Nakamura in at the same time either?
Well, where would they put him then? Because if you don't want to put him in NXT,
I don't know, like after WrestleMania.
I suppose I agree. I think NXT is way too predictable. I don't really watch it a ton.
I watched all the takeover shows. I think the weekly show can be literally abysmal. Like nothing happens on there.
We weren't expecting Samoa Joe to win the title, so things do change.
But you expected Nakamura would get it back,
of course.
So
unless Nakamura got called up before Samoa Joe, which I wouldn't be surprised.
It's not truly unpredictable. To be truly unpredictable, the match would happen, and you say, "Oh, like okay, Goldberg beats Brock Lesnar in a minute and a half. I wonder what happens next. I better watch Raw tomorrow to find out." Do you really feel like that? Did you really feel like that when you heard that Samoa Joe beat Nakamura?
Yeah, because I don't watch it
enough.
If
you hypothetically, if you did, no, you didn't, because you're like, oh, when's Nakamura going to get it back?
Dude, this passion is oozing out of your. I love it.
I'll probably divide this up into a separate video and upload it, to be honest.
Nah, no, you're fine.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, as a highlight. I think it should be said, okay? I just think it's stuff that needs to be said.
I agree. Good combo. Good combo. All right.